How much does your family mean to you? Do you think anyone else has a clue? Should lobbyists in Washington, D.C. be allowed to make this decision? Do the lobbyists understand the pain you feel from this division? This is the exact quandary facing hundreds of thousands. The best we can do is cry with a broken heart on shoreline sands. For the people living in China and America, the separation has gone on far too long. How long will we have to sing this sad song? Things should be better now, but what I'm about to say may raise an eyebrow. Thankfully, the pandemic is over. It's time to escape this hangover. We can now travel, export, and import. However, someone forgot to tell the airport. Traveling to China used to be pretty nifty. The number of weekly flights was 350. However, US Airlines have reduced the number to 24 to be thrifty. 90% of the China-USA flights never resumed. That is probably not what you assumed. Meanwhile, the UK has resumed almost 97% of their China-bound flights. The British are bound to see more sights. What is the reason for the new low? The answer is the president said so. The White House refuses to open up the old routes. They don't want to upset the people who wear the suits. The CEOs of US-based airlines insist on restrictions. Their bosses are full of contradictions. However, the Chinese airlines are not dorks. They sincerely want to work. They yearn for opportunity. They want to serve the global community. They must labor to get paid. There is no labor union to give them aid. They say in America it's best to be a victim than a working fool. But the Chinese disagree because they have studied in school. The US Airlines say their staff do not want to stay in China overnight, which, to be honest, sounds rather trite. The lights in Guangzhou are attractive and bright. But the homeless druggies of San Francisco are a blight. Have the US Airlines looked at Chicago's murder rate? Somebody needs to set the record straight. I would rather overnight in Ningbo than Chicago. I prefer a place that has a little less ammo. Overnighting in China is not dicey, and it certainly is not pricey. The US-based airlines say there is no demand, so therefore no new routes should be planned. That is a weak argument. Prices are up 400%. Why is the embassy granting visas to travel to the United States, but then closes their airport gates? Is allowing flights for Chinese college students really a security threat? I understand Yankee women feeling jealous of a pretty Chinese brunette. However, should we really worry about Susie Wong from Hong Kong? Is Miss Wong studying math at Kalamazoo really wrong? The Chinese airlines have already agreed to not fly over Russian airspace. Maybe it's time to show a little grace. We the people would like to sit on an airplane wing. The people of both nations never agreed to decoupling. The people we hurt the most is the Chinese middle class. Now is the wrong time for the White House to act like a jackass. It is the Chinese middle class who are often America's biggest fans. They have endured enough travel bans. American businessmen and women also need these flights. You may need to be in China to elevate your business to new heights. China is home to thousands of American small business owners. These industrious folks could have chosen to be lazy stoners. Would you rather more GoFundMe campaigns asking for donors? And let's not forget our loved ones. Most of us love our families tons. The pain from the separation is great. Why does the US Airlines want a longer wait? US Airlines have a regretful history. Their passengers often feel the most misery. It's time for us to be candid. Their customers are often stranded. The passenger's property is often abused, and their bodies are frequently bruised. The Chinese airlines usually treat Americans better than the US Airlines do. We may not always agree, but let's give Chinese airlines their due. It's finally time for us to reach an agreement. We need more love and less mistreatment. We ought to be reconnected. Our situation needs to be corrected. The president needs to help those affected. Everyone should be respected. Please, Mr. President, sign an order to give us our flights back. Let's get China-US relations back on track. And for those who yearn for more exploration, now is not the time to give in to frustration. The climb to summit life's biggest challenges is always steep. Now is not the time to sleep. Our dream vacations are yet to come, so let's not be glum. The final boarding call is coming for us to be seated on that plane. Our hopes and dreams will soar above the clouds once again.